Today I want to talk about reclaiming your morning routine after having a baby. Welcome to New Mom on the Block. Welcome back to New Mom on the Block, everybody. I'm Lindsay Legister. Thanks for joining me. I'm so happy you're here. If you are a new mom, a soon-to-be new mom, or maybe you are an experienced mom who always feels like a new mom, I'm glad you're here to feel more supported in your flavor of motherhood. I'm here to celebrate you. And today I'm going to talk about reclaiming our morning routines because I don't know about you, but mine just disappeared the day I had my son Maverick, and how we could really reclaim that. If you're anything like me, your morning routine was something that grounded you, set the tone for the day, was great for your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health. And then when that disappears, because you have to pour all of your energy, time, attention, and love into your child, it can be really dysregulating. It can be jarring, shocking, devastating to some people. So I would love to talk about just reclaiming the morning. And that doesn't mean ignoring your child. It might look a little bit different, but I have found a flow that I would like to share that you can kind of be inspired by, hopefully, and make your own. So let's talk about just morning routines in general. They can come in different shapes and sizes and flavors. Maybe they err on the more spiritual side. Perhaps you are meditating. Maybe you're chanting mantras, or maybe it's all about getting your physical body right. Maybe you are working out, having your morning smoothie. Perhaps you like to dig into the newspaper or read your favorite book or really get on the pulse of the day that makes you feel really centered and aligned. Whatever your morning routine flavor, let's get clear about it, right? Before we design our new morning routine that incorporates our children. So really, what's important to you when it comes to setting the tone for your day? What's important to you as the first thing you do or experience or put in your body or do with your body when you get up in the morning? So I just want you to get clear about that. Maybe take a moment to breathe and just feel really centered. So bringing all your energy back to your body. Taking a deep breath and closing your eyes and feeling into what would that ideal morning look like? And I just want you to notice immediately what comes in, the feelings, the images, the colors, the temperature of the air. Where are you? Who's with you? And just take note. So you can pause this video if you need more time. I expect you do. And just write this down somewhere. It doesn't have to be full sentences, but write it down somewhere. Now, I just want to relate to you deeply in that your child's needs are one of your priorities now. And yes, I know they say like, put yourself first because then you could be the best mom you can be. And I agree to a certain extent, but let's be real. Okay, your child depends on you for nearly everything, especially if you are in your first year of motherhood or those first couple years, to feed your child, dress your child, change your child's diaper, like put them to bed, wake them up. Like, I get it. And so we can't go into designing our morning routine or reclaiming it thinking that we are going to experience the same sort of quiet and peace that we did prior to having children. But what I've realized is that my child has brought like a really new perspective on what being centered means to me. And I think that before having a child, I thought like peace and quiet and just being in my own energy was what I absolutely needed in order to start the day on the right foot. And while I enjoy that, it's just not possible now. And what I know now is that actually being in a really beautiful, connected space with my child is bringing me a centeredness that I haven't really experienced or appreciated before. But now I'm like, oh, this is that sweet sauce as a mom, where these early morning hours, we can connect with our children, ground with them, and really set the tone for both of our days. So let me walk you through my morning with my son, kind of that sweet spot early morning routine that really nourishes me, my physical body, my soul, and also nourishes our connection, and I think nourishes him as an individual. So right now we are struggling with sleep. Raise your hand. Anybody else struggling with sleep? I'm trying to watch my words. Like, I don't want to say struggling too much, but it's a challenge at times. He's getting teeth. It's crazy. Like every week, I feel like there's a new tooth coming in and a new developmental milestone he's hitting. So sleep is just disturbed. It is what it is. And if you know, you know. So most mornings he is waking up quite early, say 5 a.m., 6 a.m., or he is right next to me in bed because by 5 a.m. I'm like, hey, come lay next to me for an hour because I need 1 more hour of sleep. So we're waking up together. And I've just made a point, even if it's been a rough night, to start the day with some giggles and smiles. So that could look like a little wrestling in bed and just playing with like the mounds of pillows and having him like explore and make noises. And we just have a good old time because I could be really frustrated and give in to that tiredness and just feel like, how am I gonna do today? How? But I've been choosing to just jump right into the joy that is having a child. So we just jump right into the joy. Then I will kind of do the tasks that you need to do when a child first gets up, which is change their diaper. We open the blinds in the room. I change him out of his sleep sack, just get him ready for our little morning routine. That doesn't mean like totally ready for the day, but just for this morning routine, and make sure the apartment's at a good temperature so he's nice and warm and comfortable. After we change the diaper and I keep him in his diaper and he's really free, I actually bring him back into my bathroom where I am going to do my skincare routine. I am going to put in my contacts. I am going to brush my teeth. I'm going to brush my hair. I'm going to take 5-7 minutes of me time. And what I do is make sure that the floor of the bathroom is safe for him, that he can't grab anything that he can choke on or get hurt with. And he just explores. There's towels, I'll flip the trash can upside down if it's empty. The toilet's locked, so he can pull up on that and just whatever. Sometimes he'll crawl into the shower. We have like a shower you can crawl into. There's nothing on the floor, so you can just kind of explore. And I will focus on my skincare routine and brushing my teeth and putting my contacts in. This makes me feel like $1 billion bucks. Okay, so I know for me that this is an element of my morning routine that is really, really important. I just feel good when my face looks really fresh and dewy after a night of not sleeping well. So that's one thing for me, I know. So again, referring to that list we made at the beginning of this video. Okay, so after we have 5 to 7 minutes in the bathroom, he's playing, I'm taking care of myself, I feel a little bit more fresh. I've also changed quickly into kind of my morning outfit, which is inevitably going to get breakfast on it. And we come out into the living room and hopefully the sun is shining. We say, good morning, Brooklyn. Good morning, Brooklyn. And we have just our little moment of check-in of like, how did you sleep, Mavi? And then I will put him in this playpen right here in the middle of my living room. Not ideal that there's a playpen in the middle of my living room in an apartment in Brooklyn, but it's actually been so nice. It's been a game changer, especially for my mornings. So what we do is he has a rotation of toys, like this one here, kind of a cool little wooden toy with different compartments and things he can reach in and flip and play with. He has books in here, and he has become so good at and really loves independent play. So what I'll do is I'll put him in here and I'll say, oh my gosh, Mavi, say good morning to, and then I'll like say good morning to Bob. Bob, this book is called Bob because it plays Bob Marley music. And he will just kind of flow into his morning routine of independent play, and it's so sweet and he loves it. He's really great at it and I'm so thankful. So that gives me like 10 to 15 minutes where I can make my coffee, I can prep his breakfast, I can prep my own breakfast, eat a little bit, I can clean up from the night before if that needs to happen, I can unload the dishwasher, whatever needs to happen. And honestly, honestly, this is one of the things that has changed about my morning routine that gives me a lot of joy that maybe wouldn't have years ago. But being able to unload the dishwasher, wash any dishes, really clean up the space as like a jumping off point for the day feels so good, feels so healthy for my mentals. And I just love a clean space. So that's been really important for me. So I get to do that. While that's happening, I have on some like really calming music. I'll link the playlist for a couple of the playlists in the description below. But I just put on calming kids music. And I just noticed that when I have music on in the background, just gentle, calming music, he's much more apt to kind of lose himself in the best way in his independent play rather than me like, what's mommy doing? Like, So that's been amazing. And then we come together and we have breakfast together, and it's just so sweet. So I make breakfast for him. Inevitably, I make more than he will eat so that I can eat some of it, whether it's eggs or like a breakfast pancake, some fruit, yogurt. And we sit and we look out at Brooklyn, we say hi to the birdies, and we have breakfast together. And I think it's really important that we're having meals with our children because it just kind of, it normalizes that, but it also helps to model eating. So actually putting things in your mouth and chewing, you're able to watch them. It also doesn't make it really intense where you're just staring at them while they eat and you're not eating. I think it creates like a more relaxing environment. So that's been amazing. After we eat, we wash our hands in the sink and then we get dressed for the day. And what I will do while we're getting dressed is really do like a little body scan with him. And this is my way of just bringing like a mindfulness to our connection. And so we start with his toes, and we talk about his toes, and I tickle his toes, and go up his legs, and we just like put pressure on his legs. And again, I do this all over the body, and it feels really good to him. My intention in doing it, and I usually just like feel this intention and think about this intention as I'm doing it is, my intention is to connect with my son on a deeper level as we begin the day. May I be attuned to what he needs. May I be attuned to the energies around him and within him. And may I be a safe space. May I be a source of calm and peace and groundedness for him today. And this little ritual, though it doesn't feel super connected to the intention, this is like an anchor. Really, this is an anchor to remind me to do that each day. So after that, before his first nap, which is 2.5 hours after he gets up, we go on a walk outside. And really, this is my walking meditation. This is my walk of mindfulness and visioning. So while I can't close my eyes and meditate as much as I used to, I like to just call in some future visions on this walk. And I just, even though it makes me like sad and all the things to think about him getting older, I do envision like when we're going to be in a house with his siblings and the dog in the backyard and going on vacations. And I just like allow my mind to wander a little bit. And he's, chatting and gabbing, and I'm responding, in between the visioning. And we're looking at birdies and puppies, and it's part conversation with one another, but also just allowing like my mind to have like a more expansive vision of this life that I feel like is so new, and I just want to plant the seeds with him on these like really beautiful, peaceful morning walks. Then we come back and it's almost time for a nap. So that is really the whole of the morning routine. It's quite simple, but what I want to emphasize is that the mindful moments that you had prior to baby are going to look different now, but you can still have mindful moments with your child. I believe that when you create these moments that you do in repetition with your children every single day, they are going to adopt them, expect them, and really experience them as anchors of peace and groundedness in their day. So maybe, for example, you wake up and you ask your child, if they are of older age, what do you want to do today? let's close our eyes and let's envision what we're going to do today, what we really want to do. Or maybe if you have a baby, you just breathe together. Maybe you're holding your child on your chest and they feel your heartbeat and they're against your body and you just breathe, and maybe you hum. And it's just these moments that you choose to do every single day, more mindfully, more connected, that I think just create incredible habits in our children that really help regulate their nervous system and really emphasize that this morning time is so sacred and can be a time that can set the tone for the rest of your day. So it is time to reclaim our morning routines. I hope this was helpful in getting a glimpse inside an updated morning routine with a child. It's not easy. There are curveballs thrown all the time, but if you can have the agility to adapt with those curveballs and be able to create mindful moments out of what seemingly isn't a mindful moment, I think you will be so surprised at how good you feel. Okay. Tell me how your mornings are going. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to New Mom on the Block. Every single Tuesday, I have a new video for you all. I am just thrilled to support your flavor of motherhood, whatever it is. I will see you on the next one.